Hello and welcome to ServanTek's online tutorials. My name is Kristen Hiller and today we're going to be taking a look at the Preachit component. This is the component that you'll be using to update audio messages, video messages, and even PDFs of your sermon notes online. So the way that we'll access this component is by going to the Components drop-down menu on our control panel and choosing the Preachit component. You can either click the Preachit component here to go to the control panel or choose the control panel option, or if you wanted to go to a specific part of the Preachit component, you can select from the drop-down menu that's available here. For now, we're going to start off at the control panel, where I'll show you a few different items that we may need to access in order to make updates. The main things we're going to look at today are the messages, teachers, series, and ministries. So the first thing you'll want to do is set up a ministry. The ministry can be the name of your church, if you have one main ministry. If you have several campuses, you may want to set up each campus as a different ministry. Sometimes you want to break up youth ministry from the main church sermons. However you want to categorize your messages, this is where you'll set up your ministries. So for this particular church, we have one ministry, and if we click on this ministry, we'll see all of the details that we've already established about the ministry. As you can see, we've given the ministry a name. The alias is automatically filled in when you create the ministry name. If you had an image to associate with a specific ministry, you could select a folder that we've created in the Media Manager where you want to pull this image from. Or you can simply upload an image from your own system by clicking the Browse button or placing your cursor in the Upload a Small Image box. For now, we'll cancel this and we will just leave this ministry as is. If we wanted to give the ministry a description, for instance, if this were your church, we could give the description of maybe where your church is located, any information that you think would be pertinent for site visitors about the church ministry. And then we will click Save. Now if we were to create a new ministry, this is very similar to the article manager in that we'll choose the new icon in the upper right hand corner where you see a green circle with a white plus mark. When you click New, you'll see the same options we had before with the ministry that was already created, and this is where you would go to add a new ministry. For now, we'll cancel this one, and we'll look at the series area. As you can see, we've created one series so far, and if we were to click on this series, we would see any information that we've already established about the series. One thing it's important to note about creating a series is you need to associate a series with a ministry. So we've created the Church Governance series, and we've associated it with the Fishkill Baptist Church Sermons ministry. Again, just like in the ministries, you can upload an image if you have a logo file for a specific series that your church is going through, or you can add a description about what the series is about. If it's about a particular book of the Bible, a particular character in the Bible, or a topical Bible study, you can add that information here in the description. And when you're through, just click Save, and we're back to the list of series. And just like in the menu manager and the article manager, you can choose to publish or unpublish a series simply by clicking on the green check mark. When you see the red circle with a white X through it, you'll know that you've unpublished that particular series or message. But for now, we'll set it back to published, and let's take a look at the messages. As you can see, when you click on your messages, you see a display that looks similar to the article manager in that you can filter your search of these messages by a teacher, a series, a year, or even a book. Now when you create a specific message, you can click on a particular message to see the details about it. This first message that I've chosen, we've given it a title. The alias is automatically created. We've chosen to publish it, We've given the message a description, and we've not chosen a book of the Bible or a second reference, but these are things that you can choose based on your messages. If they are associated with a specific passage that you want to note, this is where you would go to do that. Next, you can choose a teacher, which we will go over next how to set up these teachers. But all of the teachers that you set up will appear in this drop-down menu, and you simply select the teacher who taught the message, the series it's associated with, and the ministry the series is associated with. You can elect to set up the length of the message, and then you can also choose what form the message is going to display in. If this is an audio file that you're uploading, you want to make sure you choose yes for audio. If it's a video file, you want to make sure that you choose yes for the video. If there's text associated with it, you want to make sure you choose that it is a text file. And if you want there to be any comments associated with it, you can choose to turn on the comments. And you can also choose whether or not you want this message to show up in a message list, which would be the series, showing the list of messages within the series. The next thing that you'll do is, based on your selection of audio, video, or text, you will either upload an audio file by first choosing an audio player that you want to use. There are two types of players that you can choose from, or you can just leave it as select an audio player and it will automatically choose one for you. We're going to go with the 1 pixel out player. They just display differently, that's the main difference. We'll also select the folder that we want to pull this audio from. When we upload the audio file, we want to be sure we upload it into the correct folder, and then choose that folder from this drop-down menu where we want to get the audio from. Here in the audio file, we can type in the name of the audio file that's found in the sermons folder, or if we wanted to upload the file directly from our computer, again, you can click the Browse button here to upload the audio. You can also choose whether or not you want site visitors to have the opportunity to download the audio so that they can save it to their own devices. Similarly, if you were uploading a video, you would select a video player from the drop-down where you see you have several options. You would select a folder that you want to pull this video from if you've uploaded the video file to a folder. And then you would want to make sure you indicate which video file is going to be associated with this message. Finally, if you have message text, you can simply type the text here into the text box, just as you would with the article manager. And once you've completed making changes, you can go up and click Save, and we've now saved our message. And we are back to the messages list where we see a list of all the messages that we've added thus far. Finally, we're going to look at the teachers area of the Preachit component. As you'll see, we currently have 1 teacher. Now, if we wanted to look at the information about this teacher, we could simply click on the teacher's name, and we will view the same kind of area that we would see if we were to click a new teacher, and this is where we would input the new teacher's information. So here we've given the teacher a name, and the alias has been automatically created by Joomla. And we've also established the teacher's role. For instance, in this church, this teacher is the senior pastor, so we've indicated that here. And we've also uploaded a small thumbnail image of the pastor so that in a teacher list, if we wanted them to be able to see the pastor's image, they would then see this particular image. And if you wanted to upload the image file here, you could do that by clicking Browse. Finally, we'll go down and we will give the teacher an email address if we want people to be able to email them from the website. And we can also, if the teacher happens to have a personal blog or something that we want to associate with this particular teacher, we can put a web address here. We'll also want to be sure we add some information about the teacher so that when people click on this teacher, they can get any bio information or learn more about this teacher's ministry. And if you wanted to add an image here into the text editor, you could do that as well. So once we've completed editing our teacher details, we can click Save. And those are the basics of the Preachit component. Again, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at servanttek.org, and thank you for joining us today.